There we go. Hey guys, how are you? My name is Rachel and I'm the proud founder of Siopa, Seize Your Passion. I'm here live from New York City today, my old stomping ground. I actually just landed, literally, an hour ago, which is why I'm later today than usual. I usually do these live streams every Friday at 4 p.m. And I do these weekly live streams really is just a way for me to share with you my own personal journey to seize my passion as the founder of this movement and platform that I'm creating, and this what's become my personal legend that I'm fulfilling, to share with you my weekly growth for the week and how I've grown on my personal journey to become my best self and fulfill all my dreams and achieve all my goals, which is what Seize Your Passion is all about. So for me this week, what I've been thinking about and what I wanted to share with you on this live stream is the notion of making your own lemonade. And what do I mean by that? Well, in life in general, and very especially and specifically in the space of personal growth and personal development and achieving whatever success means to you, achieving your goals and fulfilling your dreams and becoming your best self, the idea of having role models and mentors and advisors and consultants and experts and thought leaders is essential, right? It's very valuable, and I firmly believe in it, and there's so much we can learn from others, especially others that have achieved something that we're looking to achieve, right? And sometimes actually the greatest lessons come from our peers even, or from our children, right? Not necessarily from those thought leaders, but oftentimes, yes, there is so much to learn from people who have already sort of, done the journey that you're looking to do and done it in a way that you define as successful, right? Have achieved certain goals that you want to achieve. And that's great, and that's amazing. The trap is, and what I realized I was falling into, and we all do it, it's easy to do, is, blindly sort of just emulating or mimicking or following or, buying and drinking the lemonade that they've made, right? It's one thing to learn from others and then implement it on your own and make it your own and make your own lemonade from it, even if you use some of their ingredients, right? Some of their tools and strategies, that's amazing. But it's a whole nother thing when you just start blindly reselling, first of all, buying their lemonade, right, that they made, and then just reselling what they've made. That's not fulfilling your personal legend. That's not becoming your best self, because it's not your best self, it's their best self, right? It's their lemonade. And it's so easy, especially when we, have these people that we look up to or we respect or inspire us, right? You can hear, there's so many people out there that are so inspiring, which is amazing, right? But it's one thing, inspiration should inspire you and motivate you and empower you to create your own new thing from whatever lessons you learned from them. Not, if you're just, again, blindly following or blindly just buying and reselling what they've created through their own inspiration, by them fulfilling their own personal legend, you're not becoming your own true best self, and it's so easy to fall into that trap. I found this is why I'm thinking about this week. This week I was very much, and it's not the first time that I've caught myself like, wait a minute, Rachel, just because, this person who I admire and respect and has achieved certain things that I'm looking to achieve says, this is how you have to do it, and, do it this way. That doesn't mean that I have to blindly follow and do it that exact way. In fact, that's a sure way for me not to fulfill my own personal legend and become my true best self. The key is to extract, whatever tools and strategies or whatever ingredients that they used in their lemonade that fit you and that are aligned with who you are and what your values are and what your goals are, and make it your own to fulfill your own personal legend. And sometimes there are those, thought leaders or gurus or, experts out there who are just looking to sell you. Really, just so that they can sell more of their own lemonade, right? But there's even those that, come from not such a sort of cynical viewpoint, but are really want to help you, right? They really want to help others, but they're so in love with their own lemonade because it's worked so well for them, right? They're so inspired that they are great salesmen, man. And it's so easy to fall into, yeah, if I do exactly what you did, exactly the way you tell me to do it, how could I not be successful? How could I not, achieve the same results that you achieved, right? But it doesn't work that way because you have to make your own lemonade. Very valuable. My whole life, people have showed me the way, especially Jewish people, and I love a lot to them for the man I become. Well, great. Yeah, it's valuable. I think what you're saying, David, is that it's valuable to have role models and thought leaders and people that we look up to and learn lessons from them. But the point I'm making is it's dangerous if you're just doing that by blindly following or mimicking or trying to emulate or just buying what they're selling without making it your own. You have to make it your own because the truth is that each one of us has our own unique personal legends to fulfill. And each one of us has our own best self that we can become. And my best self is very different from your best self, is very different from anyone else's best self. And no one can make the lemonade that I can make, just like I can't make the lemonade that someone else made, right? So it's one thing to take ingredients and pieces and tools and strategies from others and learn from them, but you have to find it within yourself. And that, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and it's part of the journey. And the key is to, what I realized this week, the key is really to listen to your intuition, which is a big part of it, and know, okay, here's something that I really want to, utilize that lesson from this person, but here's something that they said that I need to do or I have to buy. You know what? That doesn't align with my values. That doesn't align with my vision. That doesn't align with who I am. And I know that if I just follow that blindly, that's taking me off of my own path to fulfill my own best self and my own personal legend. So it's really important to listen to yourself and listen to your intuition and remember, what aligns with you and what doesn't, and not just, there's so many people out there, and it's so easy because I'm one of them. We're all, it's so easy that just blindly sort of follow, like almost like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, those pod people where they're like just robots following a leader blindly because they believe in that leader and that leader is inspiring, that leader has shown them, light in some way. But, you cannot follow blindly without making it your own. You got to figure out what your own special sauce is. And it may not even be a new ingredient, it may just be the way it mixes up inside of you is different than the way it mixes up inside of them, so the key is not to just buy other people's lemonade and not just to resell it and repackage it and blindly follow like robots or like pod people. The key is really, and it's hard. It's really hard, again, especially when it's someone that means well and is so inspiring and that you admire so much. It's really hard to remember, well, wait a minute, that's not me necessarily. And I'll take this piece of it and I love that, but you know what? This is where I draw the line. Like, I know in my gut, and really, I got off a call this week, and I got off the call, and I felt sick to my stomach because, and that was my intuition talking to me. That was my intuition saying, no, Rachel, this isn't aligned with your path. This isn't, stick to your path. There are pieces that you can take from this and lessons that you can learn, but just blindly following, here's how you have to do it, here's, what it's going to take, here's, what it's going to cost you. And oftentimes people are trying to sell their lemonade. That's just a fact of life. So, don't just buy other people's lemonade, make your own and sell your own lemonade. I'm not saying that money makes the world go round and we want to sell things because that's just the way it works, right? SEOPA. SEOPA, I am so passionate about it and building this platform, and Seize Your Passion is a movement and it's a mindset and it's changed my life just creating it, right? But I obviously want it to be a successful business too in order for it to actually have an impact. that's just reality, right? So there's nothing wrong with selling lemonade, and there's nothing wrong with people trying to sell you their lemonade because they believe in it and they love it, and that's great. And you could again, you take what's valuable to you, but not just drinking other people's lemonades and reselling their lemonade. Make your own. Make your own. You got to stick to your gut. You got to follow your intuition, and you got to remember to align and listen to, what's true for you and what's your best self, not them, because it is in you. It's in each and every one of us, and it's different for each and every one of us. And there's no way that someone could say to you, if you follow these 5 steps, you'll become a millionaire too, or you'll be a guru, whatever it is your goal is. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way, because how they implemented it and who they are and how it's mixed up in them and their experiences and how they perceive and view the world is always going to be different from how you perceive it and how you mix it up and what experiences you bring to it and everything else that goes into your own unique personal best self and personal legend. So make your own lemonade, people, and sell it. Why not? But find it within yourself. I'm not saying not to listen and learn lessons from others, because I'm a huge believer in that. I think that's how we learn our best lessons, is from other human beings, from other people, whether they be, above us, so to speak, and have achieved already something we want to achieve, or our kids, like I said earlier, or our peers, or someone who, you would never expect to learn a lesson from, who you think you have nothing in common with, but you hear a story or you somehow connect with someone, you're like, wow, So yes, we learn from each other, and that's how we grow, but it's learning from each other and it's implementing it into ourselves. It's not blindly following and just buying and drinking other people's lemonade. Make your own lemonade. That's my lesson for the week. All it comes down to is believing in yourself. Yes, and trusting your intuition and listening to yourself, right? And not just blindly listening to others, right? It's very hard sometimes to listen to your inner self and to your intuition, and to remind yourself that the way you're going to do it is the way you're meant to do it, So yes, I guess that is believing in yourself and listening to yourself. They're kind of one and the same. They're 2 sides of the same coin. You make your own lemonade, just love inspiration from others. Well, that's amazing. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We learn from each other, we inspire each other, but then you make your own and you inspire others, right? And that's what makes the world go round. So that's it. That's my lesson of the week. Like I said, I'm here in New York City. I'm so excited, and I want to touch on just finishing my last week's live stream because it was very short. It was poor connection. It got cut off in the end. So I just want to tie that into making your own lemonade, which is last week I was away celebrating life, celebrating some of my own personal milestones in my life, and friends and family. Had the most amazing time. And what I started to say when I got cut off is, we can't always go away on these amazing adventures, and we can't always step away, right? And the notion of, celebrating life and going away on vacation and traveling and adventure has become a luxury. But really, I think, I don't care, where you are in life and what status, and there is always a way. And I'm talking about the privileged among us. If you're even watching this live stream, then you're privileged, right? If you have an iPhone, then there's so much to celebrate, and there's always a way. And this is something I was thinking about last week because I went away, and it reminded me to have that mindset every single day. To every day celebrate something in your life, right? Because there's so much to celebrate. The fact that you're even alive, the fact that you even have an iPhone, that you're thinking about these kinds of things and it shouldn't be thought of as a luxury. It should be thought of as a daily necessity for your soul, because that's really what makes our souls blossom and grow. And that's what personal growth is about, right? It's about serving your soul and listening to your true self and becoming your best self. So no, I don't go away on these extravagant vacations all the time. I'm very lucky to be able to do them when I can, but I very much can get caught up in the daily grind and the daily life. And I forget sometimes that feeling that I got from going away of celebrating life, people, I should incorporate every day on some level, somehow. you know, and I think we can all do that. And that's the lemonade you're making, right? That's the sugar of the lemonade. And even the lemons, right? Lemonade out of lemons. And life, our daily life does encounter and does encompass lemons, right? But that's what makes the lemonade. It's the lemons and the sugar and the way you mix it up that makes it your own. So make your own lemonade, people. Celebrate life. Seize your passion. Have an amazing weekend, guys. And I will see you next week. Ciao. Bye.